that was all in my mind was I'm about to get confined. Hey everyone, so today I am in the middle of the ocean, or I'm at an island. I can't really remember where I would be at right now, but I'm there. So I just thought I would have like a little story time video, which is based off of last year's cruise, which is actually the same cruise ship I'm on right now, but totally different islands. And I just thought this would be a good story, so I'm just gonna get right into it. Now, I've been on many cruises before growing up, and my favorite island is St. Thomas. Always have been, always will be. Beyond my favorite place. Normally we don't get shore excursions. We used to get them all the time growing up, but my mom and I decided to go snorkeling, so we were super excited to go. And the day before, we were in Puerto Rico. Normally we don't go off the ship in Puerto Rico, nor do we do shore excursions there. If we do go off, we're really close to like the little town that it's San Juan. Wait, is San Juan Puerto Rico, like Puerto Rico San Juan, or is it just called San Juan? Or is that the part that I don't know. So the day of Puerto Rico, when you dock into Puerto Rico, normally you are still at sea for a little bit. They normally dock about late morning, early afternoon, and then you're there until like midnight, I think, then they leave again. My mom and I decided to go get breakfast, not at the buffet, but we went to like one of like the little, it's like a little like bakery type thing that was outside in the adult only pool. So we decided to go over there, and it's still free, like it's all with the room. I decided to get a yogurt that they made. It wasn't like prepackaged, it was something obviously that the ship has put together, the crew put together, whatever, the chefs, the cooks, whatever. I got one that it was like just normal yogurt with honey and oats. So my mom and I decided to sit by the pool, and we were at a table actually against the glass, so we were able to see us getting docked into San Juan. And that day we also had massages planned, and they will only do massages when the cruise ship is docked. So we were really excited to have our massages and everything like that, and I could just remember we were sitting there like talking about life. And all of a sudden my stomach hurt. So I was like, okay, like my stomach's really hurting, and I was immediately nauseous. And I had my back facing the way that we were going, not me facing the direction the ship's moving toward. So some people get motion sickness that way. So my mom and I switched seats to see if that felt better, and I was like, okay, I'm feeling a little better. Like 4 minutes passed, and I'm like, Mom, I need to go lay down. Like, I need some medicine. I feel disgusting. My stomach hurts, blah, blah, blah. Go back to the room. I take some nausea medicine. I take a nap. So after a couple hours, I felt good, and I decided that we would go get our massages, which is a really bad idea. If you have any idea if you are sick or you feel like you're getting sick, you don't go get massages, because massages relax everything and it'll bring out everything. So after my massage, I started to feel a little bit better. So my mom and I decided to go just walk around the town, get a little souvenir, whatever, from there. So we weren't even far from the ship at all. So we went out, we started walking around, I was feeling okay, and then we went and we got our picture taken next to like some fountain, and we could see the ship. Like, it was all of like a 5-minute walk to get back to the ship, and then like another 5 minutes just waiting to get back on the ship, because you have to go through customs and you have to wait in line to like put your key card in to make sure that you are allowed to be on the ship and you are at the right place. So when we went and we were getting our picture taken at this fountain, I was like, Mom, I can't move. And I'm not one to go sit on the sidewalk or sit down completely on dirty staircases or anything like that. I'd rather just stay standing. I was sitting and like had my head down toward the ground with how sick I was feeling. So my mom was like, I told her, I was like, I need to get back to the ship. I'm gonna get sick. I feel crappy, which I wish I would have just thrown up in Puerto Rico, because then what I'm about to tell you wouldn't have happened. My mom was like, okay, can we let's walk, let's try and get there. And I just could not get up. For the life of me, I was there, I was not feeling well. So then she flagged down a taxi, which this was just beyond stupid, because I think it was $17 for them to drive us all of 3 minutes to the ship. Like, how frustrating. I'm feeling sick, and you charge my mom $17 for us to go all of 3 minutes because I'm sick. So then we're walking down, you have like this huge, I know they call something the gangway. I think that's just where you get on and off the ship, but The dock is like super, super long, and there are like big pots along that it has plants and everything. And every like couple's feet, I had to sit down. I was sitting down on a park bench like on the way in, and people have stopped to see if I was okay, and I was like, yeah, fine, I don't feel good. We were getting onto the gangway and having to go check in. There were people in front of us and people right behind us, so there's really no space for me to go. And I'm pacing, I'm like, can't sit still, I need to get to the room. That was all in my mind, was I'm about to get confined. I did not want to get confined because St. Thomas was the next day. I had a shore excursion and I was so excited. All the crew and everyone started to know that I wasn't feeling well, and everybody was trying to push me through the line, but a crew member right next to me had me go into the line where you'd be going out to Puerto Rico, and we were going in from Puerto Rico. So he had me sit down in a chair, and I was in that chair all of 3 seconds, and I ran for the stairs to get up to my room so I could get sick, and I didn't even make it up the first step, and I threw up everywhere. And one, that was so embarrassing. 2, I started crying, which is also so embarrassing. 3, I was pissed. After getting sick, they take you to like the cruise doctor, or the cruise hospital, whatever you want to call it. I went there and I was just in tears because I knew I was about to be confined. And I was just so upset because I've never been confined, I've never been sick on a ship, and then now because of their food, I was confined. And I've never gotten sick off of any food. The only thing that makes me nervous about that yogurt was A, the yogurt could have been bad, or the honey could have been bad. 2, it was like in a cold closure, but not completely cold, and it was the little bakery, whatever you want to call it, by a pool. It is hot. So half me's like, that could have went bad real quick. And it wasn't fully cold. I think it may have been sitting in ice, don't mark my words. But it was not the temperature of what yogurt should be. I got sick, we went to the cruise doctor, and he came in, and I was like, please do not confine me. And he's like, why are you crying? I was like, because I know you're going to confine me. Like, I don't want to be confined. I know for a fact it was food poisoning. If this was the norovirus that everybody thinks goes around to cruise ships, I would be staying in my room. I'm not going to ruin a cruise and a vacation for other people. If I had the norovirus, I wouldn't feel like walking because you're sick the whole entire time. You're nauseous. They told me I would be confined for 24 hours, so I was confined at 5 o'clock in the evening, and I was allowed to be let go 5 o'clock the next day, which we leave St. Thomas at 5 o'clock. So there was no way I was getting into St. Thomas. So they gave me a shot in my butt, which was also embarrassing because here my mom is in the room with me. I'm holding on to the edge of the hospital looking bed with me, holding up the skirt of my dress and leaning over for this guy to give me a shot in my butt because apparently I had the norovirus. Because I told him right after I got sick, I feel 100, I'm 100%, I am better, I feel great because this stuff is out of my system. The yogurt is gone. Like, it came out. It sucks that it came out in front of everybody else, but it came out. And I feel really bad for the Granduer of the Seas people that had to clean up my mess. I'm sorry. I went up to the room, and everything that comes to your room is in like biohazard bags. They deactivate your key cards, so even my mom could not get off the ship. She could not even go out of the room because of her being in the room with me. And if we were to try, like, we had to sign something, I believe, saying that if we were to try and get out and we were caught, we would have to pack up our stuff, get off at that island, and be flown back to the States. The key cards would come up and it would say confined, so we would immediately get in trouble. We stayed back in the room. I was fine. I just slept a whole lot the next day because I had nothing better to do. Luckily, we had a suite, so we had a balcony, so I was able to lay out in the sun and just enjoy the day. We played cards, and I was perfectly fine. So 8 a.m. the next day when we were at St. Thomas, I called them and I called down to the doctor's house. Can I go? I am fine. I want to go on my shore excursion. I want to go in St. Thomas. I would not be wanting to go anywhere if I didn't feel well. If I had that norovirus, which apparently you throw up and you're miserable the whole time, I would not want to go. The heat's not going to help that. I said, can I go? I feel really well. I'm perfectly fine. And she said, no, what time did I confine you? I said 5. And she goes, you're getting out at 5, which is when you leave St. Thomas, which totally sucked. So then I called again at like probably noon or 1 o'clock and was like, can I go? Like, I'm perfectly a-okay, like I'm fine. I wish they would have came up to see me and just saw that I was feeling better. I didn't have a temperature. I haven't thrown up. I wasn't not sick. It was the last thing from being sick. So at 5 o'clock we were released and we went down to the customer service. And I really hope that we see the guy that we were talking to last year, this year, just to say thank you to him. Because he was really understanding. Because I sat there and I told him, I was like, your food is what got me sick. And so he felt really bad. So he gave us a free night at one of the specialty restaurants, which aren't included in your fee for the cruise. Only like the main dining and buffet and everything are included, but specialty restaurants you have to pay for. They gave us $600 off our next cruise. So my mom and I decided to go back on that one again, just going to different islands. And so we're excited. I mean, it's fun. I can't wait. Just don't eat any yogurt on a Royal Caribbean ship that is not pre-packaged by another brand. Like, my opinion, just don't do it unless it's like completely in a cold enclosure. Then go for it, but you've been warned. And it may have just been I have a weak stomach for yogurt, and not yogurt, but honey, because some people can't take honey. So I will not be eating any yogurt this time because I am not getting sick. So that was it for this story time. Hopefully I will not have another story time about me being sick after this next 10 days. But if I have any other good stories, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and I can give you another story, even from past trips. So I'll see you next week, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Don't forget, if you are just now seeing this video, you can go to my Instagram, which is loveandlife1305, and my Twitter, and you can just see everything that was going on Embarkment Day, which was Thursday, the 9th of June. So, and I come back the 18th. Bye.